Hi, and welcome back to Roulette's Play Her Story. When we last left off, we found out about this multiple life thing, and now I'm trying to figure out whether she actually has another sister or if it's a multiple personality. So, we already found out about the whole diary and the rules and things like that. I kind of want to just look up multiple personality and see if there's anything in here about this. If not, we're definitely going to look up pregnancy. Alright, guess that was a little too to the point. Alright, let's look up pregnancy. Oh wow, lots on that.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room, and they decided we should get married.
Let's see.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness. No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Okay, so Simon knew.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. And Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it.
I never knew that.
Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's
I knew about the blindness.
blind. But she cures him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Achievement unlocked. It's a happy ending.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Okay, so they were having trouble proving, I guess, that she was pregnant. Oh, nope, that's the only one.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
It's such a weird line of questioning. So I'm trying to figure out if when you see it like this, and maybe the black eye means that she's already being held in a psychiatric ward at that point.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course.
Wow.
We were aligned again.
So she lost her baby somehow.
But
well,
Hannah and Simon
if she's
still
her
living
own
with his
person.
parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
Let's see if Eve had any husbands. No. How about any boyfriends? No. Okay. How about sister boyfriend? No. Alright. Wonder if I need to put a comma between these things. Nope. Okay. So, let's learn more about Eric. We saw the first couple. But how about... There we go. There's something different.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had
So they met
sense
as a
of
young age.
half-friendship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus he had that look.
Is that a tattoo?
He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Let's see. Yep, that's a tattoo.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
It's gotta be a multiple personality thing. I can't imagine
Oh, my tattoo.
what the situation is.
I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Ah. Eve. Achievement unlocked, expressing my individuality.
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit.
What's a
Got
bed
my
sit?
tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
They're trying to make it hard on us to be able to tell one way or the other.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time.
So they
He
met.
didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Maybe that's why he freaked out when he found out about her wanting her sister to move in.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Well, we're finding out a lot about her, but what the hell happened to Simon?
The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It was like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers.
Oh my.
Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Oh God.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Okay. So, when they got their own place and she made that little confession, I'm guessing
the legal stuff was completed very
freaked out.
quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
Alright, let's find out more about the attic.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then
They couldn't
the
hear
doll's house
TV
we
up there?
had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Okay, so that point in red, she's supposed to be
Could the
Hannah.
hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean,
Hairs?
could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Did she walk around with a blonde wig?
Yeah. I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work,
I've never had a dollhouse.
mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once,
I love that.
a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise.
So then we invented the story about Mothra. And you know, when
We ended up
Godzilla
crushing
came
it
in.
under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
She read a lot of stories when she was young, to know Arabian Nights and the true story of Rapunzel. It's very interesting, but not as interesting as what the heck they're talking about with hair.
What kind of hairs?
Okay, we found hairs. Pluralized. No, nothing? Okay, so we know they were blonde hair from one of them.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Okay. So, if he's missing, it's possible
this other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap? What the hell is a cat flap? I don't know what that means. Alright, let's try blonde wig in particular. Oh, nope, that was the only one. Alright, what the hell is a cat flap?
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Oh, that's what a cat flap is. It's a doggy door.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
Domino.
It was this little black thing with white dots.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
She's really thin. So I'm thinking maybe she could have squeezed in with the cat flap. Okay, so let's look a little more into her wigs, I think. Oh, actually, I need to go ahead and call it here. I completely lost track of the time. I'm enjoying it so much. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. If you are, give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more content. And thank you. I really appreciate you guys supporting this game, actually. I think it's really interesting. Alright. Bye, bye, bye. I like the clapping.
You say my names, there's evidence against you.
Interesting.